Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Okay, so, and this explanation as to what's going on, I'm going to get into some audio. We've got plenty of it. But on Friday, in the dead of the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, there was a deal that was supposedly struck. The deal hasn't lasted, but the deal was struck. And basically the way the deal was explained was, okay, we're going to kick the can down the road on Homeland, on the border agency, Customs and Border, and on ICE for the future, and we'll just work that out later. But we'll reopen everything else. And they sent it over to the House. This was done on a voice vote, which is odd. But we would all assume when you hear that they voted on something that everybody voted on it. Everybody did not vote on it. Not at all. And that seems to be one of the problems with this measure that was sent over. By the way, when I first read the opening stories of it, I said, oh, Democrats caved. Because what you didn't see in there was any of the reforms for ICE that they were demanding, the reason that they shut everything down, supposedly. None of that was in there. But man, oh man, did they put some stuff in the fine print that totally screwed the pooch. Now, as for the vote, let's use cut 8 with Byron Donalds, Congressman from Florida, and he will explain exactly what happened in the wee hours of the morning.
I'm not voting for that. Stu, let's be very clear. I got to correct your reporter. The Senate didn't vote last night. It was 2 a.m. There were 5 senators on the floor. They moved this by voice vote, which means Senate leadership, Republican and Democrat, agreed that everybody was just going to stay in their beds while 5 people moved this package without ICE and CBP. I find this to be very disgusting, and it abdicates the responsibility that United States senators have been given by the people in their states. A lot of times people are saying, how come Washington never gets anything done? Stuart, let me tell you the facts. The truth is, in the House, we move a lot of policy. And there's a lot of things that actually do not get a vote on the floor of the House because we know there is no will in the Senate to actually clear the filibuster. That is the problem. It's always the problem. So they did this BS in the cover of darkness while everybody's asleep. And then America's saying, well, what's the House going to do? My position is fund all of Homeland Security, because the Democrats realize they overplayed their hand, because now they have long lines in most airports in America because they want to play politics because they hate Donald Trump. That's what's really going on. Number 2, here's the real truth, America. ICE is funded through 2029 because we funded it through budget reconciliation last year. So we've been dealing with these games, Democratic political games, and Senate Republican leadership let them off the hook by doing a voice vote at 2 a.m. I'm a no. We'll see what they come up with today.
So, is that what does everybody get that? I'm sure you do. This whole thing, the Senate never really voted on it. It was a voice vote by 5 people. And they say, yeah, okay, send it along. And the House is saying, no way are we going to take this. The overnight cuts, Matt. Cut 1. We have overnight stuff. A lot happened overnight. And this is how Speaker Johnson has reacted to this measure that was sent over to the House in the wee hours of the morning.
House Republicans will have no part in reopening the border and stopping illegal immigration enforcement. And that's exactly what this piece of legislation attempts to do. It quite literally, on its face, brings to the dollar amount 0 any funding for border security. Yep. Look, Chad said it right. It was the big issue in the 2024 election. 78 million Americans voted for President Donald J. Trump and the Republican Party to come in and seal that border, secure that border, and deport dangerous criminal illegal aliens. We have done that. The Democrats hate it. Brian, that's the whole thing here. They want the border reopened, and they want to protect dangerous criminal illegal aliens over American citizens. We can have no part of that. I'm not trying to...
That's exactly right, folks.
The James Golden Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.